Hi guys, I'm back, and I'm actually gonna do some work because this is barely anything. So the first thing I'm gonna do is probably do the image load. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna make it so it's gonna be define import img define import okay import underscore img and then import image, and it's gonna be X. Oh. Okay, and do that. And then define import image. It's gonna be image. Oh. Plugin image. Dot load. Load, and then I'm gonna do that. And then X. Okay, and then graphics Skype engine GR. All true. Image dot load, and then we have to screen dot bullet test coordinates. Okay, so it's gonna be screen dot oh no, not that. It's gonna be place image. Okay, so now it's gonna be fine. Place underscore image. This is gonna be X, and then this is gonna be X, X, and so this is gonna be right here. I don't know, I'm running into an error. Oh yeah, okay, hold on, let me put a Y. Z, so I don't run into an error doing that one. I don't even mean it's not closed, it's right here. What, do you need another one? Let's see. Oh no, I'm running into an error. I shouldn't be running into an error. Unless I'm like stupid. Shit, no, I'm not. Can I put you right here? I don't want no.
Then I routed it
No.
through the bottom, which was way easier because there were no extra cables in my way, and plugged it into the GPU. And with that, the PC should be ready, I thought. So I plugged in a keyboard, a mouse, a monitor. Make sure to plug it into the graphics card and not the back of the motherboard because you'll get like 30 FPS in your games. Console players will not.
Bro, what are these ads?
And the power supply cable, make sure it's switched on.
Can I help you with Control V? What did I do wrong? This little pie game help library. There's just a few pie game. Import image, those little screenshots should return the screen. Oh, okay, so I do have to return display, make a clock, because that's supposed to be returned. Events, I don't care about that stuff. I care about the images. Load image, place image, screen image. Place image. Oh, okay, I don't even have to do all that. I don't know what I'm tweaking. So it's gonna be screen. Image. X. Oh. X. And then Y. And then turn pie game image download. No.
I started with the Windows installation. I typed in Windows 11 ISO and clicked on the first link. Obviously, you'll need a second
this file. I'm pretty sure this will work.
Have one, do it before on your friend's computer or somewhere else. I wanted to create a new Windows installation.
It's not toy game.
Download on the second link, and it downloaded the tool. Then I needed to plug in a USB stick with at least 8 gigabytes.
Oh yeah, I could also do.
Sure, there's nothing you need on the USB because it will be
not toy game. It's not. How does it know it's toy game?
I just downloaded, said yes, and the setup window opened. It will put Windows
That's weird.
onto the USB stick. I accepted
Getting hacked or something.
After carefully reading.
And then I place image.
Options for this PC. Next, I selected to install Windows through a USB drive, then selected my USB.
Alright, so it's gonna be screen.
Once it was ready, I clicked finish, pulled out the USB, and plugged it into my new PC. And turned it on. Don't forget to
Not
the power
bullet.
Wait a little bit, and it immediately booted into the Windows installation. So I clicked next a bunch of times, then selected Windows 11 Pro, clicked on a custom installation, and here it asked me where I want to install Windows. Since I wanted Windows to be on a separate disk and everything else, like my games and files,
X shows Y.
And gave it 100,000 megabytes.
Okay. What about the update? I need the update. Okay, wait. Why is there an update right here? I don't want you, stupid bish.
I clicked apply, okay, and it automatically selected the partition. I just waited almost 100
screen fill.
Next, and let it do its thing, which took way less time than I remember.
And then
from when I reinstalled Windows before.
Define update. Define update.
There's no option not to do that. And ideally, you want to install
Windows.
Oh,
I did not mean to do that.
It doesn't download the Windows. So to do that, I hit Shift F10. I have a 60% keyboard, so
Define update. And then it's gonna be update dot. Oh no, it's gonna be pie game display update. Pie game dot display dot update. There we go. I don't understand the difference between return and not returning.
Let Microsoft apps use your location. No. Find my device. No. Send diagnostic data to Microsoft. Require only. Improve inking and typing. No. Get tailored experiences. No. Let apps use advertising ID. And boom! I was held this wasn't over because I couldn't connect to the internet and had to to install all the drivers for everything to work as expected. So I motherboard drivers, then typed in the name of my motherboard, and once I selected it, I was able to choose driver and utility and download my
Alright, I'm gonna create the move the character.
aka for the AMD parts and audio drivers. I then transferred them to my PC via a USB stick. For the driver installation, I extracted the file, and for each of them, double-click on the setup file to install. I had to restart the PC, and finally, I had an internet connection. Now that I finally had a way to download stuff into the
No.
PC with a USB
I'm not
stick,
using
I
the arrow
needed to do
keys.
a couple important things. Install my graphics card drivers, update the UEFI or BIOS, then in the new BIOS, stop one of the fans from spinning at 100%, and enable one special setting to make the computer run way faster. But before I did all of that, I decided to change some annoying Windows settings. First, I went into the control panel, set the view to icons, and went straight into my mouse settings to disable mouse acceleration, which immediately felt so much better. Then I opened Microsoft Edge, went straight into settings, typed in start, and looked for disable startup boost. That way Edge stops starting up unnecessary processes with Windows. I also disabled continue running things in the background when Edge is closed, and went back to look for AMD GPU drivers. Clicked on the first link and downloaded the drivers onto Windows. But once I opened the installer, it told me to wait until Windows updates are finished, so I decided to tinker with Windows a little more. Also, if you have a 144Hz monitor, always go into System, Display, and Advanced Display to make sure your monitor is set to the highest refresh rate possible. If you bought a high refresh rate monitor and didn't set this here, make sure to double check. You might be running 60 Hz on a 144Hz monitor, which is a crime. All things on your display will become buttery smooth. I double checked if the AMD graphics card driver installer worked, and this time it opened. So I chose additional options, and I wanted to do a clean installation, so I checked factory reset, which removes all prior versions of the driver. I clicked don't allow AMD to collect data and click next. All the bonus things it wants to install, and on the next window, clicked install. While that was going on, I went into taskbar settings, disabled widgets, task view, and hit the search bar because I can easily access it by pressing the Windows key. Then I went into system and multitasking to configure how Windows snaps windows. I always disable when I snap, suggest what to snap next to, because it's annoying. I disable show snap layouts when I hover over the maximize button because I never use it, and disable show snap layouts when I drag a window at the top of my screen because I also never use it. Then I went back to the GPU driver installer, and it gave me the same error saying that I need to get rid of Windows updates first. So I let my PC update a bunch of times until there were no Windows updates left, and finally updated the driver, which installed the AMD software onto my PC. Now it was finally time to update the BIOS. So I typed in my motherboard name and BIOS update, which led me to this page where I was able to find and download the BIOS update tool. Then I turned on a tutorial for how to update BIOS, and all I had to do next was plug in an empty USB drive, then right-click, format, and set it to FAT32, and start. Once it was formatted, I double-clicked on the BIOS renamer tool and pressed any key to continue. That renamed the other file, which I then dragged onto the USB stick. Next, instead of pressing restart normally, I held shift while I was doing it. This made my PC restart, but put me into this screen. I clicked troubleshoot, set the various options, and there was the option to get to BIOS. UEFI basically means BIOS. It's just the modern version of it. So I clicked on that, and my PC restarted into BIOS. Here I went into advanced mode, and under tool, I found ASUS Easy Flash utility. It's for flashing or updating BIOS. So I went into it and selected my USB. Actually, it was selected already, and I knew it was the USB because it was 29,000 megabytes, which is around 30 gigabytes, and that was the storage capacity of my USB. So then I selected the .cap file and clicked yes. And yes, once again, this started the BIOS update process, during which my PC restarted a couple of times. And one more important thing I learned from tutorials is that it's really important that the PC doesn't lose power during the BIOS update. That can cause a lot of problems. Power didn't go out. Once it finished,
Yeah, I fell asleep really quick.
2024.
Like,
First time I booted
the second I got off the last vlog, I fell asleep instantly.
BIOS where updates
I can't even lie.
press F1 to enter setup, so I did that and I was back in. First things first, this is the setting I was talking about before. It's called AMD Expo or Intel XMP. Make sure to enable it. It allows your RAM to run at more powerful speeds. Then I went into the Q fan control and I wanted to set the AIO pump speed to be the same as my CPU fan speed. And with my CPU fans stood at the same speed. The I/O port is this connector where I plugged in one of my cooler fans. If I had plugged it in there, I wouldn't have to do this. So I chose manual and then dragged these points to match the curve that the CPU fan had. Beautiful. Then I clicked escape and save and exit at the bottom. My PC restarted and success. So now it was time to take her out for a spin. When Counter-Strike 2 came out, I wasn't able to play it because my Windows laptop was just too slow for it. So now I was excited to try it out. And oh baby, did this PC deliver. 1440p, full max settings, which no one plays at, and also screen recording, and it was getting 200 FPS. That's what I got with my old laptop while looking at the ground at lowest settings. But then I lowered them a bit, and now it was averaging 400 FPS. Then I lowered the actual resolution that I play at, and I was seeing ridiculous numbers, above 500 FPS. Goal achieved. I was way too lazy to test out non-esports games, so here's Rocket League at max settings at 1440p resolution, 580 FPS. Let's quickly ignore the gameplay. One thing that I noticed though was that there was some sort of weird electric noise coming from the PC, which I've never heard before. What was even stranger was that when I limited my FPS, the noise became quieter. At first I thought it was fan noise, but then I disabled all fans and the noise didn't become quieter. So I googled around and found out that it's called coil whine, and it's caused by tiny electronic components vibrating when electric current flows through them. I also found out that this noise is pretty much common for high-end GPUs, and there's almost always just a little bit of it. Worst of all, you can't get around it without replacing the GPU. Since for me the noise wasn't that loud and just surprising, I decided to ignore it. But what about my two other goals? One of which was video editing. Here's me scrubbing the timeline, and there's barely any lag, which is exactly what I needed. So that's two goals completed: gaming and video editing. And the third, so the total price was 1555 euros, which is around this many US dollars. However, if you were to buy these exact parts from within the US, they would cost around this much from Amazon. As I said in the beginning, I'll leave all the parts linked in the description. Perfect. Now I have a killer PC that doesn't get in the way of me having fun and editing videos. Let's go.
Hasn't been erased and then created over here, it just assumes that the image has moved on the right hand direction if we are adding the 5 value to our already existing x coordinate. So anyways, we need to do something
Give
so
me a
that
second,
we can
guys.
manipulate the value of player x and player y from the running while loop.
I have a bunch of
So what we can do is go to this def player function and over here add x comma y, so that we can send in the values of the new x and y coordinates that we want, and then instead of player x and player y we can just add x and y, so that the
So
values
I'll
that we send
turn
to
you
this
off my
player instead
TV.
of the last values that it got from player x and player y, instead of that the new values that we send in of x and y are
Yo, I was coding last night during a
shown on
party.
the screen or being drawn on the screen. So now we
That's why I
have to
kept
go
going
back to
down.
the place where we are calling this function. So over here right now, let's just write in player x and player y, and you will see that there has been no change. So let me just exit this first and then play it again. Let's play it. So you'll see that there has been no change because we are not manipulating the player x and player y value right now. So let's go through this once as to what's happening over here. So first it goes to this code, it creates the spaceship, then it takes the coordinates of the x and y of the player or the
I'm
spaceship.
just making myself because I'm tired of listening to this dude talk. I'm tired of listening to anybody talk right now to this stupid pie game thing. Don't know anything. I watched that. I don't remember that. That was a good one. Okay. Fine. Move. L. Wait, what about this one? How do they do it? Define movement. Score Y. Define movement Y, and then I'm gonna ask which player and then player the key and XYZY. X, Y, Z, W. Hold on, I have to have multiple key 1, key 2, key 3, and key 4, key 4, and key 4. I just realized I did something wrong. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is that the parentheses are here. Just gonna see if AI could fix this for me, because I'm like gonna be stuck my whole life. So I just open emojis. What do you mean import image? Oh yeah, I forgot import image. That's your fault. Yeah, you should have told me that last time. I probably did. I just wasn't paying attention. And then return. I did return it. Oh, never mind. Oops. Screen tablet image. Serious, bro? Alright, I'm use something like that, I guess. See, I'm use this kind of. Okay. Dang it. Gotta delete that. I did delete it. Define movement. WASD. Movement WASD and movement up, down, left, right. Oh my god, what do you mean? We said return it. My schizo. I'm not Harry Davis. I'm going insane. Where's screen fill? There you go. Right here. I don't need to return it. Even though the next time I'm gonna copy and paste, it's gonna say, you need to return this. Okay, movement WAC parameters are confusing right now. Define. Okay, speed up, down, left, right. Speed score up. So speed up. Left. I feel like, did I already make the FPS? I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't. Even though, why didn't I do that? Why not? That's so stupid. Oh wait, no. Right here. Alright, looks like I'm done for today. I'm not done for today, but I might finish some more in a bit. See you guys. I'm gonna go take a shower. Bye.